Okay, so this is Characterization Guided Notes, video 2. In the last video, we left off talking about speak, which is when an author uses a character's speech, language, tone of voice to convey their personality. The second is through their thoughts. So T stands for think, and that is when the author lets us inside the character's head to hear their thoughts. So here's an example. The day's events floated through Jenna's mind. Why would she do that to me? I didn't even want to sit next to her, and she just attacked me. I hate the way that she controls everything. So, what does this show us about Jenna? Well, it first of all lets us know that we're inside her head, hearing her thoughts. We know that she's not interested in spending time with this character, that she felt attacked, and that she has very strong feelings about the way this other character controls things. And we get all of that in just a few sentences by hearing her inner thoughts. The third way they do it is by showing us the effect the character has on others. Effect on others with an E, not an A. Okay, now the easiest way for me to convey this is through one of my daughter's favorite books, which is called The Underneath. And in it, there is a dog. And the dog, every time it hears its owner's car come up the driveway, scurries under the porch and falls silent and puts his paws over his face. Okay? Now, we haven't met the owner's character yet, but we can get a sense of what his character is like based on the effect that it has on the character of the dog, right? We can understand that he's probably not a nice person. Okay, so again, we don't see the owner, but we start to learn about his character by the way he affects other characters in the book. So the definition is how a character influences the behavior of other characters. As an example from Harry Potter, just the mention of Voldemort's name would cause people to shiver in fear and watch vigilantly for danger. So again, at this point in the Harry Potter stories, Voldemort isn't even a character yet. But we know how other people respond to him. We know that they shiver in fear and they watch carefully for danger just by hearing the person's name. So that is another great example of effect. The fourth way authors can convey a character's personality is through their actions. So A is for act. And the definition is it is a character's actions and behaviors. So what does that look like? Here's an example. Tevin was in pain from football practice. He hasn't slept well since training started. His body was telling him to quit, but Tevin refused. He went to practice every day, never complained, and even did extra weight training on the weekends. So, what do his actions reveal about his character? Well, he's very dedicated. He's committed. He is driven. He clearly wants to succeed. He's willing to go above and beyond what is required of him in order to do that by doing extra practice on the weekends. All of these actions in this very short paragraph tell us a great deal about the character. So that is act. And finally, looks. L is for looks. And this is the character's appearance, their posture, or their facial expressions. For example, Mason came in with a frown on his face. By the end of class, when Mason was leaving, his shoulders were slumped and his brows furrowed. So, how does he feel? Well, we can make an educated guess. It says he's frowning, his shoulders are hunched over, his eyebrows are furrowed. He's clearly upset. Okay, that is the end of your guide and notes. Feel free to go back as much as you need to and enjoy.